Bendito Dios por encontrarnos en el camino y de quitarme esta destino, bendita la luz, bendita tu mirada desde el alma. Benditos ojos.
On the I'd like warmly celebration, which will, I'm sure, be, whoops, not the 10th, probably memorable for me disappearing out of the window. Neither Paola nor Andrew, this has seemed like a many connections or aspirations, but because they, I'm sure a lot of effort to get however, it's not just the couple, it's other people too. Not just anyone, but you, the couple's personal commitments that they'll make, but in this and years to come. It's in the support network, whose love and encouragement hold their prosperity from further afield. Parents have come over from Colombia. Andrew's family and many friends have travelled from Belfast, and Jeff, his best man, has made it all the way here from Sydney, Australia. Nació y se crió en Bogotá. Ella me contó que sus padres, Héctor y Stella, le animaron a ella y a su hermano a ser dedicados al estudio y tener altas aspiraciones. Seem to be understanding it so far. She attended university in Bogotá and started work soon after for a logistics company called Expeditors in 2006. Spookily enough, this was the same year that Andrew joined the company, but in Belfast. Although working in Bogotá was great, so in furtherance of her career, Paola set out on her most exciting adventure and came to London to study English and to explore Europe. And after a few months, she fell in love with the city. She wanted to be here a little bit longer. It was then to do a scholarship, to get a scholarship to do a master's degree, and she snatched it. London also gave Paola between part-time jobs and university. In the course of this adventure, she made many friends, including her ex-mates, Kelly, She says they became her family in England. Lo cual se puede notar en su acento. Now, his was a very lively, sociable, and noisy household, he tells me, with lots of music and partying going on. It sounds great fun. Mainly his parents. They were apparently a terrible example. Anyway, after he left school, Andrew worked in a couple of roles in engineering, but he was never really enjoyed a pub with a fellow rugby. Andrew in a pub. Anyway, it led him to Expeditors, the company that would play such a major role in Andrew and Paola's life together. After 5 years, he took the opportunity to move with the company to London, where he worked for a number of years, till his recent move up to Birmingham. A bit worried about the hairpiece. El gran hobby de Andrew son los deportes, rugby en particular. Andrew también tiene un gusto por la música y le gusta ir a conciertos, aunque tristemente reconoce que él no adquirió los genes musicales de su familia, siendo el único miembro de la familia sin ninguna habilidad musical. As previously mentioned, Andrew's big hobby is sport and rugby in particular. He's been a keen rugby player, starting at grammar school, then going on to play for Larne RFC, then Slough RFC, and ending his glamorous career at Ealing Trailfinders. So a very fine club just down the road from me. From there he moved on to tag rugby because it's allegedly less physical. But judging by his bruises, He's also very keen on music and going to gigs, but he sadly admits that when it came to inheriting the family musical genes, he missed out.
Yes.
Leaving him the only family member without any discernible musical ability. But hopefully the rest of the family will demonstrate that they can play in some way. Okay, we're now going to listen to Paola's father, Hector Torredo, who is going to do reading for us in Spanish. That's going to be followed by the English version read by Andrew's father, Alan.
Sobre la familia. La familia es uno de los tesoros más importantes en nuestra vida y solo se compara con la belleza de una verdadera amistad. La familia no está solo relacionada a un vínculo de sangre, simplemente son aquellas personas cercanas que nos aman con sinceridad, que están a nuestro lado en las buenas y malas y nos aman y aceptan con nuestras fortalezas y debilidades, que con su honestidad nos ayudan a ser mejores y siempre están allí para escucharnos. Mucho queda de nosotros de aquellos que consideramos nuestra familia, nuestro pensamiento, nuestros hábitos, la forma en que hablamos, pensamos y nos relacionamos con el mundo. La familia es un regalo divino. ¿O es que hay algo mejor que volver a casa después de un largo día de trabajo, a los abrazos de una familia amorosa y comprensiva? Hoy es el comienzo de su nueva familia, la cual es una extensión de la nuestra. Hoy es el comienzo de la aventura más placentera que ustedes hayan imaginado. Y les podemos garantizar que los frutos son muy gratificantes. Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias, Hector. Thank you.
Okay.
What Hector just said was, the family is one of the biggest treasures in our life, and it can only compare with the beauty of a true friendship. Yeah. Now, family is not limited to those only with a blood bond. Family is simply the people who love us sincerely, who are by our side in good and bad times. Excuse my throat, that was a stag too. Yeah, family, they are people who love you sincerely and are by our side and in good and bad times and accept us with our strengths, weaknesses, and are always there to listen. And whose honesty helps us to become better people. And much of what we are comes from those whom we consider as family, our ways of thinking, our habits, the way we talk, not Derby but Irish, and how we interact with others. That is the main thing. Today, beginning of reading.
Thank you very much indeed, Hector and Alan, for those lovely readings. Now, ahora vamos a vuelta a la historia de los novios. Back to the Paola and Andrew story. It was while Andrew was working in the London office that he heard from a colleague that a new girl from Colombia had just been hired. And she was, according to his friend, real quality. Calm down. Now, being a proper gentleman, Andrew naturally thought this was a reference to the new girl's intellectual and professional skills. Although possibly not that alone. And when they first met during Paola's introductory walk around the office, she says her only memory of Andrew from that day was of a nice friendly guy who was incredibly tough to understand. 12 months in the UK had still not prepared Paola for a Northern Ireland accent. Ellos se conocieron mientras le daban un tour por la oficina a Paola en su primer día de trabajo. Ella dice que tiene un recuerdo de Andrew de ese día, donde le pareció una persona muy amable y a su vez muy difícil de entender. Now, Paola ended up being seated quite close to Andrew's office, so they crossed paths fairly often. Her memory of this time was that this guy was confident, charismatic, personable, friendly, and helpful. He was keen to assist her with her ongoing dissertation on employee satisfaction. Now, I think there's a joke in there somewhere, isn't there? The only problem was that Paola found him almost completely incomprehensible. So communication was slow at first. Now, Paola terminó sentándose cerca de la oficina de Andrew, por lo que se cruzaban frecuentemente. Su impresión de Andrew es que él era muy seguro, carismático, amigable y siempre dispuesto a ayudar. Él se ofreció a ayudarle con unas entrevistas para su tesis en satisfacción del empleado. El único problema era que Paola encontraba a Andrew casi imposible de comprender, así que la comunicación era muy lenta al comienzo. Eventually they both became free of other relationships and realized that they were attracted to each other. With the help of a Brazilian friend, who acted as a bit of a go-between, and after a couple of false starts, they agreed to meet up at Leicester Square where they had drinks and dinner. The evening was a success, so they repeated it a few times, before Andrew realized that he'd fallen for Paola hook, line and sinker. After that, things progressed with surprising speed and intensity. We won't go into that. With Andrew determined to win his cup. Después de unos intentos fallidos, Paola y Andrew finalmente acordaron encontrarse en Leicester Square que es en el centro de Londres, para ir a cenar y tomar unas copas. La cita fue un éxito y ellos continuaron saliendo algunas veces, cuando rápidamente se dio cuenta de su especial interés por Paola. Él se había enganchado. Lovely word, no? When I asked Paola what first attracted her to Andrew, she said it was his confidence, his charisma and charm that struck her first. She loves his total positivity, the way he's always smiling, laughing, joking. She says he is such a happy person. She admires the fact that he's very ambitious about his work, but he has a good sense of balance. He works to live and not the other way around. I couldn't get hold of him for ages. Cuando le pregunté a Paola qué le había atraído de Andrew, él dijo que había sido su seguridad y carisma, su encanto y honestidad fue lo que más la impresionó. Ella ama su positivismo, la forma en la que él siempre sonríe y saca chiste de todo. Él es una persona muy feliz. Ella admira el hecho que él es ambicioso y apasionado por su trabajo, pero mantiene un buen balance entre el trabajo y la vida personal. She shares his keen interest in getting to know other people and different cultures, so travel is something they most certainly both enjoy. She also shares his love of family, and above all she values his honesty and transparency, and the fact that he never pretends to be other than he really is. She knows she can totally trust him in their life together. Now for Andrew, Paola's Colombian background was an instant draw, as he'd been enjoying the incredible cosmopolitan environment of London, where he was making new friends from so many different cultures. Para Andrew, la historia de Paola y su cultura colombiana fueron lo que más lo atrajeron. Él rápidamente admiró su determinación y sólida ética, el impresionante esfuerzo que ella puso en su estudio y cómo logró progresar en su carrera. He admits to having noticed how gorgeous she was, but her attraction for him was much deeper. He quickly came to admire her determination and strong work ethic, and the impressive amount of time she put into her dissertation, and how she'd managed to progress so quickly in her career. And once he knew her better, Andrew was struck by her amazing courage, fearlessness and dedication. Who could fail to be impressed by a young woman who left Bogota by herself, came to London and worked all hours at whatever job was available to support herself in her studies? He describes Paola as someone who, when faced with a problem, just gets on with the job. She is, he says, no drama queen, but a strong, brave, determined, loyal and loving partner in life. Él describe a Paola como una persona que cuando tiene... Now, after just a couple of months of knowing each other, Andrew and Paola realized how special their relationship was, and they quickly moved in together in Ealing, where Andrew had already settled. The next few years of their lives were full of adventure. They made several trips through Europe, went to festivals in Spain with friends who are in the room today, spent Christmas in Thailand, New Year in Vietnam, I'm very jealous, and they traveled together to Colombia to meet Paola's family for the first time. Paola's family really took to Andrew, and Andrew to them, even though the language barrier was a clear and obvious problem for both parties. The same thing happened on the other side, with Paola developing a strong relationship with Andrew's family. Después de solo unos cuantos meses en la relación, Andrew y Paola se dieron cuenta que tan especial era su relación. Los años siguientes estuvieron llenos de aventura. Ellos hicieron muchos viajes. La familia de Paola tuvo mucha empatía con Andrew, y él con ellos, a pesar de la clara barrera del idioma. The two of them had connected in a special way, and their relationship went from strength to strength. And as time went on, they both had the same strong feeling that they'd met the right person, someone they could truly spend the rest of their lives with. Los dos han conectado en una manera especial y su relación se fue fortaleciendo. Como el tiempo fue pasando, juntos fueron teniendo el mismo sentimiento de que habían encontrado la persona correcta. It was during a trip to Romania to a friend's wedding that Andrew decided to pop the question. And he decided that the best way to approach this was to take Paola bear watching in the Carpathian Mountains. Well, you would, wouldn't you? First of all. Anyway, they spent 4 hours in a wooden hut just waiting to catch a glimpse of a bear for no more than 30 seconds. The whole time, Andrew was panicking, not about being eaten by a bear, but about how he'd asked the question. Much more terrifying. Anyway, he eventually settled on taking Paola back to the lovely town square of Brasov, finding a seat outside one of the bars along the cobbled streets there, downing several pints of local Romanian lager to help pluck up the courage to ask Paola to be his wife. Thankfully, she accepted, and they celebrated late into the night with a group of locals they'd met who had witnessed the event from the next table. As a result of these enthusiastic celebrations, they overslept and missed the next day's tour to Bran Castle. But it was worth it. Fue durante un visite a Rumania que Andrew tomó el coraje para pedirle a Paola que fuera su esposa. Afortunadamente, ella aceptó y ellos celebraron hasta altas horas de la noche. They then travelled to Bucharest for their engagement party, and Andrew and Paola would like to sincerely thank Rob and Helena for hosting the party in Bucharest at such short notice. Did you ring first? No hay duda que Andrew y Paola se aman. Para Paola en particular, el acto de matrimonio es importante como declaración pública de compromiso y dedicación al compañero de vida escogido. Andrew dijo inicialmente que él estaba más relajado sobre la idea de matrimonio, pero ahora él dice: yo nunca en mi vida me había sentido tan seguro de algo, de querer estar juntos y tener una familia. Paola is in no doubt, but not every couple wants to get married as well. For Paola in particular, the act of marriage is important as a public statement of commitment and dedication to a chosen partner in life. Andrew says he was originally but now says, and I quote, I have never felt so sure and confident about anything in my life, about us being together and having a family. Indeed, marriage is important for both of them as the ideal setting in which to start a family. They see the act of marriage not so much as changing the nature of their relationship, but as deepening and strengthening what is already there between them. Hoy estamos celebrando no solamente la unión de dos individuos, también la unión de sus familias, quienes se conocieron por primera vez esta semana. Estos dos padres y madres, quienes viven en diferentes partes del mundo, han estado esperando con ansias este momento. Today, we're celebrating not just the union of two different individuals, but of their two families who have only met for the first time this week. These two sets of parents, who are located on different sides of the world, have been very much looking forward to this moment. Indeed, ever since they got engaged last year in Romania, the families have been waiting, full of excitement and happiness, to see their son and daughter get married to the person they know has made them incredibly happy. Hector, Stella, Carol, and Alan have travelled from their countries without really knowing the other parents, but sharing in an intense feeling of love and support for their son and daughter's union. After the celebration, they'll return to their respective home countries, knowing they're part of a new Irish-Colombian family, secure in the belief that the bond that we're celebrating today will never break. Después de la celebración, los dos padres y madres regresaron a sus respectivos hogares, sabiendo que son parte de una nueva familia irlandesa colombiana, seguros de que el lazo que estamos celebrando hoy no se romperá jamás. Now, in anticipation of their exchange of vows and rings, Paola and Andrew have asked their mothers to carry out a traditional unity sand ceremony. I've got to set this up for a minute, but anyway, I'll start off, I'll set it up first and then we'll get going.
Now we just do it there.
Not a sweetie
Okay. You want to move up there. The bag is next to
Smile. It's been a couple of disconnects. There's 6 people watching it. But for a while there was none. I was gonna.
You don't have
You're on that side of it, Carol, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep. Estos dos recipientes de arena representan la historia Andrew y Paola, sus familias y sus vidas individuales. Stella ha traído arena de Colombia y Carol del norte de Irlanda. Juntos, Carol y Stella van a verter la arena en el tercer recipiente y como lo hacen, la arena deja de existir en los contenedores individuales para ser uno solo. These 2 jars of sand represent Andrew and Paola's different backgrounds, their separate families, and their own individual lives. Stella has brought sand from Colombia, and Carol has brought sand from Northern Ireland. Together, they will pour their jars of sand into the larger 3rd jar, and as they do so, the individual jars of sand will cease to exist, leaving just one united mix. Just as these grains of sand can never wholly be separated and poured back into their individual jars, so Paola and Andrew, your 2 lives will always be entwined through your marriage to each other. So Carol and Stella, please join their lives together by pouring your containers of sand into one jar.
Look how smooth the Colombian one is.
Good old Northern Irish. Good old Northern Irish, I'm just 6 years old. A good shake. I think Northern Ireland by itself there. Joking.
Chuck those jars out the window now.
Oh, well done, ladies. Quick as that. I could see they weren't leaving any mixing there to chance. Andrew and Paola, may this vessel of united sand be a constant reminder to you both of the vows and commitments you're about to make to each other. So in a moment, you will both say some incredibly important words, your public declaration of mutual commitment. It may sound like a simple thing to do, but in fact it takes a lot of courage to stand up before family and friends and declare your love for each other. Indeed, it takes courage to be truly in love, as this requires us to trust someone else with all that we are, inside and out. Each of us comes to the other, complete with our own strengths, assets and gifts, as well as shortcomings and fears. Each exposes their hopes and their dreams, their successes and their disappointments. As receivers in love, we must hold this knowledge with an awareness with care and respect. In love, we must strive to help our partner to grow and develop, since growth in a relationship is the true sign of its health. There will be ebb and flow in your love, and there will be ups and downs in your fortune. But today, you will recommit yourselves to facing all these things, confident in the knowledge that a strong and nurtured love will survive and prosper. Y ahora vamos al corazón de la ceremonia, el intercambio de votos. Paola y Andrew han escogido escribir sus propios votos. Now we come to the heart of the ceremony, the exchange of vows. Paola and Andrew have chosen to exchange personal vows which they have written themselves, and neither knows what the other one is about to say. Which is always exciting. So can I ask you to stand up, face each other? Paola will say her vows in which language first? Paola? She's going to say them first in English, and then she's going to repeat them in Spanish.
I, Paola Andrea Poveda Tudelo, take you, Andrew Johnston, to be my beloved husband. I give myself to you because I love you just the way you are, because you are my best friend and life is so much fun when you are by my side. I promise to you I will look after our team and to share your dreams and support you in the tough moments and party together in the good ones. I promise I will be honest, faithful, strong, and positive through our lives. I will listen to you with compassion and understanding and speak to you with encouragement. I promise I will live one day at a time, and every day my main goal will be our happiness. Now, in Spanish. Yo, Paola Andrea Poveda Tudelo, te tomo a Andrew Johnston como mi esposo. Me entrego a ti porque te amo tal y como eres, porque eres mi mejor amigo y la vida es mucho más divertida contigo. Yo te prometo que voy a cuidar de nuestro equipo, compartiré tus sueños, te apoyaré en momentos difíciles y celebraré contigo en los buenos. Te prometo seré honesta, leal, fuerte y positiva a través de nuestra vida. Te escucharé con compasión y entendimiento y te hablaré con entusiasmo. Te prometo que viviré un día a la vez y cada día mi principal objetivo será nuestra felicidad.
Andrew, do you accept Paola's commitment to you?
I do.
Another short throat.
Stag do, goddess.
Andrew will now say his vows in English, and he will repeat them in Spanish.
Oh, good.
Excuse my throat. Will not understand either.
With this ring, I give you my promise from this day forward to give you all my love and support. Excuse me. I promise to be your best friend, your husband and confidant. I swear to make it my mission to ensure that we travel side by side on many more amazing adventures through the rest of our fun-filled lives. I vow to respect and support your family as my own, and to ensure that we will share all the good times and the tough times. I will always be there for you, and most importantly, I promise to bring you happiness and excitement every day for the rest of our long lives together. I have no idea how our lives are going to unfold, but I know that if we're together, it's going to be a happy story. This is the interesting bit.
Vodka.
To mejor amigo, esposa y confidante. Hoy juro que mi misión es garantizar que viajamos de la mano en muchas más aventuras increíbles, llenas de diversión y amor. Prometo respetar tu familia y la mía, y asegurarme, y lo más importante, prometo darte felicidad y amor cada día por el resto de juntos. No tengo idea de cómo será nuestra vida, pero sé que si estamos juntos, será feliz.
Paola, do you accept Andrew's commitment to you?
Of course I do.
Well, after that performance, she couldn't say that. Paola y Andrew, como un señal visible de sus palabras de compromiso, hacia your words of commitment to each other, the unbroken circle of the ring symbolizes unending love. It also represents the world where your extended families live in different countries, but are held together by your partnership. The rings you exchange symbolize the unity and oneness.
Oops.
Andrew, I give you this ring as a symbol of my unconditional love and commitment. As this ring is your finger, so my love is at pursuit.
That won't come off.
Paola, I give you this ring as a symbol of my unconditional love and commitment. As this ring encircles your finger, and so my love encircles you.
Would you all please stand? Es un placer presentarles al nuevo señor y señora Johnston. It is with great pleasure that I present to you all the new Mr. and Mrs. Johnston.
¡Que vivan los novios!
All right, leave her down, come on.
Get her in.
One kiss. Good. Now, stay on your feet, because this time, this is the time for all of you here to express your support for Paola and Andrew. You've listened to them exchanging their personal commitments and vows, and they'd like to ask if you are willing to be part of their community and support. I'm going to ask you all a question, and the response to which is, we will and with all our hearts. Now, my question finishes with the word relationship, so don't start too soon. Okay? So you're going to say, we will with all our hearts. So here's the question. Will all of you here present, family and friends, promise to support Andrew and Paola in the years to come, through good times and challenges, and if needed, be there with them to offer help and encouragement in their relationship?
We will with all our hearts.
Well done. Can you please be seated? And we're going to have a short pause now while Paola and Andrew sign and have their wedding vow certificate witnessed by Kelly and Jeff.
Sorry, mate, it was kind of just.
I would just leave it because I think we're meant to sit. So they'll sit inside it and then me and Kelly will sit inside
Okay,
it. So.
fine, yeah.
The only thing, the stream's really good, but the lighting's just terrible. See how dark it is, but you know what, keep it.
Sure, you can play whatever you want.
This is it. I'm fully committed. Come in.
Yeah, you got the ring now.
I'd like to end this ceremony with a few personal wishes for Andrew and Paola. Paola y Andrew, todos aquí les ofrecen unos calurosos deseos por un futuro largo y feliz. Que su hogar y corazones estén siempre abiertos a sus amigos. Que continúen riendo y disfrutando a través de su matrimonio. Que continúe explorando nuevas culturas alrededor del mundo. Que sean afortunados de tener hijos y los críen con gusto y que les guíen con sabiduría a lo largo de sus vidas. Que compartan los sueños del otro y se inspiren mutuamente para alcanzarlos. Así que vaya de vuelta al mundo como esposo y esposa, y llenándolo con su entusiasmo, pasión y amor por vida. Paola and Andrew, all of us here offer you our warmest wishes for a long and happy future together. May your home and hearts always be open to friends and strangers alike. May you keep on smiling and laughing throughout your marriage. May you continue to explore new cultures and countries across the world. May you be fortunate to have children, and may they bring you great joy and comfort, and may you guide them wisely through life. May you share in each other's dreams and inspire one another to fulfill them to the full. So step back into the world as husband and wife, and continue to fill it with your enthusiasm, your passion, and your love of life. Give them a round of applause.
Johnny, wave goodbye to the live stream and I'll turn it off. So here, like, turn around like so, because yeah.
Adios, Bogota.